Where's the money? CNBC. Yeah, TV 18. Yeah, they're paying Jeffrey Sachs. Well, they are. CNBC, it's American media. It is American media. Yeah. I already have them. Yep. Shows me how deep their network is. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I already have NBC. I've got them. Traders, Logan Act. Yeah, in a way.
Hello and welcome to our special broadcast right here on CNBC TV 18. Now, United States and Israel's joint operations have continued
What happened to
across
Jeffrey
the
Sachs
Western theater
images?
across West Asia. Over the last 5 days, we've seen heated conflict between the two sides. We've seen how
Where did Jeffrey Sachs go?
How ballistic
Yeah, he's
missiles
a
have been
piece of
exchanged,
shit, Jeffrey Sachs
leading
is.
to death,
He's
and, of
Columbia
course,
University.
aggravation of the geopolitical
Yeah, he's
tensions,
not good. He
between
was all
multiple
embroiled in the
countries. It
EU,
started off as a conflict between
agitating.
Israel
Oh,
and
yeah,
US
he's from Columbia
on one hand and
University.
Iran on the other. Now we're looking at the specter of this conflict spreading far and wide
Ah,
across the
he's
region.
not good. He's got a
What
brother,
are the
too.
implications of this going forward? What
Columbia
are the
University, Jeffrey
motivations,
Sachs.
behind this conflict, and how will the next
I'll
few
post
days
this
play out?
up.
Is
Because
this
I
conflict
don't know him
progresses?
nothing.
To help us answer some of these questions is with us veteran economist
There it
Jeffrey
is,
Sachs, now joining us
CNBC.
on the show. Mr. Sachs, thank you so much
Oh,
for
here he
taking out
comes.
time on a busy day. Let me begin by asking that, depending on who one has been listening to, the motivations behind this attack. There are voices from the U.S. administration that say that this was done.
He's going to be
for
negative
ensuring
to
a
the
regime
United
change. Then there are
States.
voices which say, no,
I
we
already
want to
know.
check the nuclear capabilities. Then there are voices which bandy Iran as a sponsor of terror, and then that is cited as a motivation. And then there are some voices that
There
say
is
that
Jeffrey.
we want to support Israel,
Probably
and
at
that's the reason why
Columbia.
we went in. What, in your assessment, is the motivation, or has it not been thought out at all?
There are motivations for Israel and for the United States. Israel is led by Benjamin Netanyahu, who tweeted 2 days ago that this war fulfills his dream of 40 years to overthrow Iran. Netanyahu's objective is to permanently eliminate any state of Palestine. And
He works for CNBC, though. See the bug?
West Asia that support
Yeah,
Palestine.
Jeffrey does. He's getting paid by CNBC.
Wars across
He
Africa and the Middle East for this objective since 1996.
He is getting paid by
including
CNBC.
Libya, Sudan, Somalia, Gaza, West Bank, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and now his dream, Iran. In my view, this is a malevolent, absolutely illegal, and dangerous mindset. Rather than having a state of Palestine alongside a state of Israel, which would bring
Oh
peace
my
to the world,
God.
Netanyahu is a maximalist.
Anti-Semitic.
Israel to dominate the
Against
region
Israel,
of,
anyway.
The Middle East. The United States has shared Israel's objective because
Different
the
set of
US
pictures now, though.
is world control, believe it or not. And Israel serves the purpose of control
Different
of the
set
Middle
of pictures
East.
inside
We see
Tehran.
that the United States has military bases all across the Gulf region.
I still don't know who's doing it.
Bahrain, in Saudi Arabia.
I don't. It's not Donald Trump.
United Arab Emirates.
It's not Benjamin Netanyahu
doing
doing this.
It
It's
used
not.
to have bases
It says
in
unclassified,
Iran,
but
it lost
we're
that
not providing
when the
unclassified.
US-backed
Neither
police
does Israel.
state was overthrown
Israel
in a
does not
revolution
provide
in
this. We don't
1979.
either.
The U.S. had brought
No,
in
not the United
that police
States. We
state
don't do
regime
that.
in 1953 when the CIA overthrew
Says
the
GOP.
Iranian government. So the United States wants control of West Asia. It wants control of the Americas. It wants control of Europe. And Trump,
Israel and U.S. have
control
motivations for this war.
world oil
Who's
economy.
that?
That's
the
why he has
president.
commandeered Venezuela's oil,
Yeah.
and why he is attacking Iran as a threat to American dominance in the Middle East. So this
Well, I know
is
that's the
a
president.
project that goes
Because this is my
a
president.
long
I know
way
how he
back.
operates.
It has nothing to do with Iran's nuclear weapons.
This
because
feed
there
must be
are no
coming from
nuclear
CNBC.
weapons. They
And
religious
Jeffrey's
leader
getting paid
of
by
Iran,
CNBC.
said that
And
this
he
was
criticized
against,
Israel.
Shia
He did.
Islam, and so the U.S.
Because that's the kind of guy he is.
The one that said no nuclear weapons.
Shouldn't be doing this. Logan Act.
And the UN had
CNBC can't be doing it either. Logan Act.
Inspection regime for Iran back in 2015. But Netanyahu and Trump ripped up that agreement in 2018, the so-called Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action.
Now he's getting in the middle of the relationship. Special relationship between
India,
United States and Israel,
the rest of Southeast Asia,
which is a criticism to us.
Crisis. Israel has
He's a U.S. citizen. Doesn't matter. He's interfering. Logan Act.
Asia now. And the crisis will get worse unless the countries of the world.
This is how sophisticated this is. Look at the screens here. The other guy's gone. The guy from India.
Go back to peace. Live by the United Nations. Otherwise, India, China, and others are going to pay a very high price.
Let me then, Mr. Sachs, ask you a follow-up question. Donald Trump
There's
says that
the guy
this
from
is
India.
going to be an exercise. This endeavor will take
Where
about
are
4 to
you
5 weeks. Do you buy that? Because what many analysts
CNBC,
say is that
TV 18, he's CNBC now.
What is US going for with that objective not being clearly
an
defined?
economist,
Many
a
are not
philosopher,
going to buy
that's all
that
that is.
4 to 5 week deadline that the
See how
US seems to have
sophisticated
given
it is?
itself.
The U.S. has no strategy.
Oh, here he goes.
We know from all experience is
The war will put
delusional,
Southeast
psychologically
Asia
unstable.
deeply into a
He
crisis.
can't keep
No, it
agreements. He does not have a long-term strategy.
Southeast?
Look at how he dealt with India during
Propaganda
the past year. Look at how he
from
dealt with the terror
CNBC.
issue when he had no legal authority
CNBC's running
to do
this right here.
He operates by
This
bullying
war will put
and by
Southeast
grand,
Asia deeply into a
pronouncements.
crisis. That's CNBC
Have no
running that.
justification.
It
He
is.
said yesterday,
Or
"Don't
Jeffrey,
worry about
doesn't
oil
matter
and
now.
gas. The U.S. will escort tankers through the Strait of Hormuz." Almost everybody with any knowledge of this begs to differ. There is, of course, in the U.S.
I can't
the
stand
biggest
Jeffrey
industry of
Sachs.
all.
I just clicked in because I hadn't seen him in a while.
Also known as
I don't like him.
propaganda. So we shouldn't
I followed
listen
him
to
a
Trump
lot
about
when he was in the
any of
EU.
this. We shouldn't listen to Netanyahu.
He was
about
lecturing.
any of this.
He was
Remember how
lecturing
Trump was
the
gonna
EU
end the
people.
Ukraine
But
war
that's a
with one
different
phone call.
context.
Remember how
He hung out there forever.
the Gaza war was going to
In
end
person.
quickly. Remember, by the way, how the Syrian government was.
So now it doesn't matter.
In 2011, or about how
He can't be an
Afghanistan
independent person
was
in the
going to
world.
become a
No,
US-led
no, you can't in this
democracy, or about
context.
how Iraq
Because
would become
CNBC
a
is still
stable
there.
country.
It's
They
an
used
American
to say
company.
the same thing in my youth about Vietnam. It's just a short period away. These people
Youth in Vietnam?
They are
No!
telling any serious
Liar.
analysis. This war will not end in 4 weeks. This war will create an economic catastrophe.
Oh my God. Destroyed our economy.
Say to the United States,
Trying to
Israel,
turn
"You
stocks
got
down
to
or
stop.
something.
You have
Sowing
no
bad,
right to
yeah,
ruin
terrible.
the whole world
Because they'll
economy."
pick this up again and do it some
Let
other
me come
way.
in there. When you talk of this conflict not ending in 4
Well,
weeks' time, the next logical question is what happens to the Gulf countries, the
This
GCC
guy's
countries
okay.
who've been bearing the brunt? We've had some analysts.
He's
on the
not an
channel in the
American
last few days
citizen.
where they
Whether he's from
discussed
India
that
or the Gulf states,
boosting
doesn't
of
matter.
US air bases, which ideally
No.
should have acted as a safety shield. Far from that, it's actually put these Gulf countries in the line of fire. How do you see the role of
Safety
these Gulf
shield.
countries?
Well,
How do
my
you see
God.
this turning
Safety
into a
shield has to
protracted
do
conflict
something.
where the
Oh,
Gulf
no, that's
countries
not the right
too
language.
feel the need to come in and intervene in terms of kinetic operations?
He's CNBC.
Well, there's a famous
CNBC
adage
TV
of
18.
Henry Kissinger, who said that to be an enemy of the United
Energy
States
shipments
is
severely
dangerous,
disrupted.
but to
That's
be a
not
friend
true.
is fatal. And this reality appears over and over again. I was just in the Gulf region a few weeks ago. I met
West
with the
Asia
leaders
simmer?
across the Gulf region.
No.
They all
Hyping
want the
language.
US is their
Not
security.
good.
This is not the case.
CNBC
The US
is still
their
on.
insecurity.
So is Jeffrey.
The U.S. is like a magnet drawing the bombs and
Well, I'm in 9
drones
minutes.
right to their countries.
Well,
If
let's
there had
just
been
see how
peace
bad it gets.
based on the
He's
logic
violated the
across
Logan Act like you couldn't
neighborhood,
believe.
they would be safe.
He
But instead,
works.
Israel and the United States want control.
He's a U.S. citizen.
Control does not bring
He can't be
security.
doing this.
So these countries
Logan
are
Act.
going to suffer.
CNBC definitely can't be
They
doing
have
it.
no potential for
Well, CNBC
kinetic
needs to get
action
threatened.
against Iran.
I already have.
A
NBC,
single
ABC,
opposition.
I already have
Their
NBC,
oil
straight up.
fields,
Now I have this,
port
I've got them.
facilities, their
They're American
refineries,
media
their
companies.
tankers
The reach
are
of Logan
sitting
Act
on
is on them, period.
thousands
They
of
can't
drones
project
that
this
can
out
come.
from anywhere.
There are not
No.
anti-missile systems
Logan Act
number
on
that
Jeffrey
protect
and
these
CNBC.
assets.
Trump
The
can
only
fix
way
it.
to protect
He
these
can.
assets is for
All he has to do
United
is pick up the
States
phone and tell him to
Israel
stop.
to stop their
He doesn't even have to have a
Other than
reason.
that,
Just have the Attorney General
for these countries
serve him.
both.
Well, nobody's ever been
Mr. Sachs, let me
indicted.
ask you,
Well, they've been
has there
indicted.
inherently
Just pick
been
up
a
the phone and you can stop
miscalculation
him.
by the United States? I'd like to
This
cite
guy
two
too.
aspects. One, Professor Pape of the Chicago University says
CNBC,
that not once in
TV
human
18.
history has a regime
I'm really
been
good at doing
executed
this.
through mere
Oh, I'm really
aerial
good at doing this.
operations.
I've done this
Has
before,
there been a
but not,
miscalculation
no,
by
it
the
hasn't
United
worked
States?
before.
Is there a need
No,
for
it
boots on the
works
ground,
now.
or is there a need
Because
for
of
a
Israel.
strategy, to have been deployed
Special
that goes
partnership.
beyond mere
Absolutely.
aerial attacks against a country as large as Iran?
There is a need for peace. There is a need for the rule of law. There is a need for the end of this aggression. There's a need for Israel to live within its own borders, which are the borders of the 4th of June, 1967. And to
Oh,
let
that's
the
crazy.
Palestinians live within
Oh, this
their
motherfucker!
borders. So there's a need.
Yeah, they won't
completely
censor me
different
when I
approach.
post this up.
The
No,
United
they
States
don't.
will not
Because
put
I'm United
boots on
States,
the
they don't
ground
censor my words.
because the American people are completely
Because
against what is happening right
they
now.
don't.
This is done by the CIA.
I already know they don't.
By the Pentagon.
Because I'm American, New York, they're not going to censor me.
Trump. This is not
Not on
done
this,
by
they
the
won't.
American people. They're completely against this. So their idea of boots on the ground is that they'll pay the Kurds. or
Because
other
they're not
mercenaries
typed
to do
out
this.
words.
This is all
They're just
disastrous
on the
delusional
audio.
thinking. The war could end today by Israel and the United States ending their aggression. That is the way this war will end. It requires the voices of India and China.
I can't
and
adjust
Brazil
it with this
and
phone.
Russia
No, but
and the other BRICS countries, which represent half the world population, to say the truth.
you know
to the
what?
United
I
States
swear to God,
and
this could
to
be from
Israel.
anywhere
You
almost.
must stop.
Yeah,
this
that's the
aggression.
thing.
A large chunk
Background
of the Trump
footage.
voter base, the MAGA movement that we've seen in the United States, they will be
GOP
forced to effect in
blocks.
just a few months from now when we have the midterm elections in the United States. What I want to ask is that the entire
Midterm elections now.
given to
Interfering with American elections.
for peace. In fact, that's what
That's
the
right.
Deputy Secretary of State
CNBC.
Kelly said today, that Trump
The
wants
power
to be remembered
media.
as the man of peace, but nonetheless,
He's
people
responsible.
now the honor
He's getting
of having
paid.
struck the
Oh,
most number of
God.
countries as the U.S.
Doesn't
president.
matter.
Does this then put
BRICS
him in a
countries
very
must
challenging
raise
position
their
come the
voice
midterm
against this
elections
war.
in the United States?
No. BRICS
Trump
countries.
will lose the midterm elections, period. He is unpopular, and his approval ratings are falling, and they will continue to plummet.
We know in the United States these polls have nothing to do. Trump already won all the counties last time. I'm not worried about it. Trump's going to run for a third term. He can. Let him stop him if they want. They can't stop him from being a
I
candidate.
hope that the ballots are honestly counted. If they are, there will be an outcome that will control what right now is executive rule, not constitutional rule.
Oh, God, Jeffrey.
Mr. Sachs, let's shift.
He's an expert on everything.
That, of course, has been at the heart of
Trump
this
will
conversation
lose
of
the
last couple of days, at least,
midterm
in terms of what it does to
election,
oil, the
Sachs.
blockage of the Strait of Hormuz. Just a while back, we
They're
were speaking,
using this technology.
to a
It's not
Kevlar
very
analyst, Mr.
sophisticated,
Pavlov.
but
What he told
anyway.
us is that there has been
They don't need AI for this.
assessment of
Not
what the impact
CNBC
could be as far
doesn't.
as oil is concerned. The
They can
jump in oil
control all
prices
this real
hasn't
easily.
been as dramatic. What he said is that
From
is
anywhere.
essentially operating on the premise
Anywhere.
that the U.S. will not allow Hormuz.
Somebody could be sitting at home and running, whatever.
What I want to ask you
Yeah.
is that confidence misplaced?
That's why it's so
If it
dangerous.
is, where do you see the oil
Media,
price going from
American
here?
media can't do this. It undermines our credibility constantly.
The U.S., in my
Well, this is quite the context
I
now.
am not your ultimate expert.
I already have them.
These military issues.
NBC.
But it's my understanding.
I already got
the
them.
U.S. cannot
Abbas, or got them.
Strait of Hormuz.
The foreign minister of
that is technically
Iran.
military.
The Iranian
not
foreign
possible.
minister is in
Israel's
the
bombing
EU,
operations,
Geneva.
and
Last
US
time I knew, I
bombing
tracked him
operations
yesterday.
Will not do that.
I found
there
him.
will not be American boots on the
Flying it,
ground.
they treated him like he was a long